NaVI on the T side on this second map of the grand finals here at MLG Columbus. The first North American major. So I mean, it's like a mouthful. There's like first $1 million tournament, first North American major.
It's just so cool.
And it's going to be a first championship team here as well. Neither NaVI or Luminosity have won a major in the past.
Well, they have made the buy happen here. Moses, how much can you tell from this terrorist side about what's going on? We got 2 smokes and 2 flashbangs. We got the Tech-9 and armor on Edward here. Does that give away anything for us, for those of us watching here on the NaVI side? What are they doing?
Those smokes can be used in a lot of different places, obviously. I mean, this can just be an execute at the B bomb site, but with that Tech-9 and armor, you expect there to be some kind of quick play. You know, have that tank get somewhere very, very fast, just so he can absorb some damage. Has a very strong weapon to try and get a pick. At least gain a small amount of map control that'll give you some space to use those smokes for an execute onto one of the bomb sites. That, or actually, we also often see that the Tech-9 used as kind of like the last player in, you know, who's there with such a huge advantage. His teammates soften things up, and that Tech-9 can just kind of clean things out. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how that's used.
All right, so when we say executors, we are just taking care of a sound issue on C's PC, which is going to be hopefully done with. Actually, it seems like, oh, it's not quite yet, but not that far off. When we say execute, we obviously mean you get the map control, you set up in certain positions, you throw the grenades, and then you charge a bomb site behind it. Luminosity, are they going to let NaVI do that, or is there going to be a counterplay coming out, you think, to sort of stop that kind of map control?
Well, they don't have a lot of nades, so it looks like they're going to want to set up. Fur has a kit, has a smoke, so he's going to be a little bit more passive because he wants to have that kit alive to go to either one of the bomb sites, but they want to win some opening duels at range. I would expect that there would be some kind of early aggression from Fallen and FNX. They're going to push out towards A, and they're going to take duels, not commit to too many fights, but be able to fall back and fight at range as they retreat.
And this is it. They aren't wasting any time at all, NaVI. They've gathered up outside this B site. They've already got control of Monster. Taco's looking to see if he can't find somebody stepping out of line, but they're just lying in wait at this point, NaVI. They're giving some time for Zeus to maneuver and get into connector, and we'll see just what Zeus is able to accomplish here. He's going to be sure he might want to actually just hold out and see if he can catch a rotator, but Taco, he takes the bait. He still trades 1 for 1 in that situation, which is huge here for Luminosity.
Can they actually get the bomb down? That's the big question. Flamey looking to see if he can get up onto the bomb site here. Still that 4v4. They smoke off up towards the sniper spot. So that's one of the smokes already used. The second one coming in as well. They're really using these smokes well right now on the NaVI side. Cold going to be hitting the 1 kill, but Edward with the frag here. That Tech-9 doing a lot of work.
Yeah, and there's the boost. Cold actually has the space to work with, and he's actually going to pull that bomb plant off, and he gets the falling shot on the Guardian. Flamey now in a 1v3, and the bomb dropped on the wrong side, but so long as that smoke is up, he has a little bit of time to maneuver. Flash is not going to be effective, but he gets peeked. They're confirming his position, and now it's a 1v3, and they can just peek them together. Cold will find another headshot. 3 for him with the USP.
That is so sick, because that was a really nice play from NaVI to get into the site to begin with, but smokes are down everywhere that NaVI wanted them. They're up in the balcony, they're over towards Graffiti, they're blocking everything off. That retake from coming in had to be delayed, but just a couple very nice shots from Luminosity turns that round around so quickly.
I mean, I also think, and this is something we should point out going into the later stages here, that B bomb side, you can very often, especially if you get the first entry, you can get in and get the bomb down. But if you're sort of, if you're only in the same position that you came in from, it can be a little bit hard to hold it, right? It's better if you get pushed up to where the CTs are coming from. Then they have to take a much sort of deeper fight, and it becomes a bit of an issue here. But it's Tech-9 armor for this round, it seems, mostly at least for the NaVI side.
And we're talking about some of that aggression, whether Luminosity are going to get out there and take the fight. Full blind. Zeus can't catch a break. Takes a bullet to the face coming around the corner. It worked out perfectly for Zeus, apart from getting dead, basically. Fur finds the second kill onto Flamey as well. And we were wondering before going into this match whether Luminosity were going to be, particularly aggressive on their CT side, whether they were going to get in Navi's face. They're doing just that. Charging up to top mid when potentially there could be Tech-9s waiting for you. That takes some bravery.
Some sick plays by Fur, though, getting those opening kills. Those taps coming up the stairs. So nice with a gun that's not known for that, but this is a big investment now for NaVI that doesn't look like it's going to pan out. They haven't gotten any kills yet. They're not going to be forcing any rebuys in this if they can't find him. And Fur, with a third, he's just building up bonus money on this, and he's going to get a 4th as well. He's so rich.
And I mean, I was talking to Taz from Virtus Pro a little bit yesterday. He was pointing this out. He said, well, most people now who play Luminosity have already realized that Fur likes to be very aggressive early in the round. You put up smokes, you always got to worry a bit about him maybe sneaking around or something like that. Surely NaVI will also know that, and yet he's able to get away with so much here. Is he going to keep doing it, or is he going to cool off at one point when NaVI starts to have rifles?
No, he'll keep doing it. Well, he's going to do it and see if NaVI can stop it, and then from there, it's where do you go? If he's going to be dominant doing that, getting some opening kills, even if it's traded, sometimes it's just getting that information that helps your team out. This round, just some flashbangs, no real investment from NaVI, but everyone towards the B bomb site.
It's fun that you mentioned that he's going to keep doing it until they can figure out how to stop him. It's just like, yeah, you have to earn my respect.
Yeah.
If you just let me keep running up and finding headshots with you guys, well, I'm just going to keep doing that. No reason for me to stop. But now it's NaVI. Hard eco from them, seeing as how they haven't got a bomb plant yet. They're just flat broke. And so far, Taco is drawing out a little bit for him. Cold will be able to get the flank in. And between Taco and Cold, they've just completely shut down NaVI. Not since the pistol round have NaVI been able to actually get anywhere near a bomb site. They're just getting caught out on the extremities.
It's also a switch up from what we saw on Mirage, where even as the CT side were winning a lot of rounds, it was very often close. The economy was not necessarily all that good, right? This time, it's obviously going to be much better for the Luminosity team. So even if NaVI win this round, their first rifle in, they're not quite going to be able to do it. And the auto sniper straight off the bat, Luminosity, they're getting ready to knock NaVI out of this round. That's what they want here. They just want to shut them down.
This is insane. Look at the aggression as well.
Oh,
Look at
no.
Fallen and Cold.
The grenade, oh, it goes a little bit wide. That could have been a perfect touchdown. Fer going to be picking up the kill on Flamey there. And at least gives them an opening, but Edward, it's a nice crouch peek in to get that kill. He's low on health, but there'll surely be a bomb plant here. And the retake, look how far away they are here.
This couldn't be more perfect for NaVI. They completely fake Luminosity out with just with that aggression. Again, no fear, charging straight onto the B site. Luminosity were looking for more of a drawn-out fight. They were looking to try and pull a fast one on NaVI. Instead, NaVI, they've already got the bomb down. This is so difficult for Luminosity given the weaponry that they had. Well, Taco not there with the Scar 20 anymore, but it's Fallen with the op. FAMAS on FNX, FNAS on Cold, not ideal, but Fallen, he'll take the fight with Edward towards T-Spawn and win it.
He's got a bit of an inkling, but he's not quite sure. Zeus counting the seconds in his head. When is he going to peak? Exactly the same time. There's going to be Fer going down. FNX with a shot from the FAMAS, dropping C's now all on Zeus here. And the bomb, can he even spot it from this position? He's on the inside. He can't actually stop it. They have a kit, and this is not going to work out. C's goes down. And a great retake from Luminosity that it seemed to be initiated so slowly in the beginning.
Those extra seconds on the bomb timer, we've mentioned a couple times, it's the first major it's been in, but you can see Luminosity so much confidence, even going back to the last map, some of those setups they have, they're so confident in their ability to retake a bomb site that they're willing to have that kind of give up the bomb site, just one member there to defend against it. Taco falls early, but you can see the rest of the map control that Luminosity has. It allows Fallen to get that nice flank in, get a pick off when NaVI wasn't expecting it. And actually, they even salvaged the auto sniper on Taco. So, and actually, we mentioned it. Fer that round gets the opening kill. Aggression again. So NaVI, they've got to be very wary of that moving forward.
Once again, Fer, look at this setup from him. He's pushed all the way up the top connector. If NaVI were to come into mid, they'd be in for a bit of a rude surprise. Instead, NaVI elect to take over long. So they've had their fights in mid. They've had their fights toward B. Now, the other side of the map. Let's see what we can achieve over here. Guardian doesn't have his AWP, but Edward doing work already with that AK. He takes out FNX. Zeus gets the drop, but Fer, the double spray. That's not how it's supposed to go.
At the same time, they do give up the bomb site here. Cold is coming in, and they're also flanking in from the restrooms. Fer going to be going down here. Now a 3-on-3. That bomb plant has to come quick here as Cold Zero takes down Edward. It's now Guardian and Flamey left, and they are trapped inside. Flamey picks up the one kill here. Still has another 2 to go to try and see if he can do it. He hits a headshot there on Taco, and now it's a 1-on-1. He has to try and clutch this. They need this round here, NaVI. And Cold Zero, he's by the bank, and there's so much time left still. And we'll see if this could be working out. He's certainly got the triple, and this AK, just a single headshot is what he needs. He sprays, but Cold dodging in behind the container and steals it away. Now 5 rounds in a row here for Luminosity. Cold Zero hasn't died yet.
But once again, it's the aggressive posture from Fer. Those 2 kills in the open. What that also allows to do, Fallen didn't have to do any work to block off that initial contact. So actually, even though NaVI gets the site, they get 1 kill on their way in. They don't know Fallen's there because he hasn't even taken a shot. He hasn't gotten a kill, and he gets 1 more free one when they're not expecting it.
Yeah, just an unlucky break there for Guardian as well, because he was looking towards Fallen, and he turns away just as Fallen gets back behind the wall. Had he had that information, he would have played the situation completely differently. But instead, it's going to be another force here from NaVI. They have to commit to this, and it's going to be 4 rifles across the board, but more aggression coming out. FNX gets flashed into top mid, and Fer uses the one-way smoke, and he gets it to work. One of the few that is still possible here in the game, and Fer couldn't be better for him.
What a way to start. I mean, NaVI, they're not even allowed to get into the middle of the map. They are actually under siege as soon as they just walk out of T-spawn, it seems. It's almost ridiculous here. Edward, he needs to get a bunch of kills here. Try and see if he can make it back. He's got the time to work with at least. He's got a lot of time on the clock here.
We mentioned how hard it is to have success in this map as terrorists can't control bathroom or these stairs. And so far, NaVI hasn't been able to do either of it. And look at Fallen. Swiftly, Edward drops 6-0.
That is such a nasty angle.
NaVI has to recover. They're getting smacked around right now.
when does Starks decide to call, tap out and call for the timeout?
That's a good point, yeah.
I mean, run up there, we're in an arena, right? Just
Well, I mean, and that's something that NaVI usually very good at, but I mean, they actually go for the force here, Moses. I mean, it sort of just evens out the money. They will be able to buy, obviously. They got the round loss bonus. Every round they lose here is $3,400 in the bank, no matter what else happens. So they will have a lot of money to buy, but still a little bit worried.
Yeah, trying to do some damage, maybe get the bomb planted, see what can come from it with these pistols. I mean, this is only really a small investment with that losing bonus coming in, but they're just going to have to see what they can get this round. Maybe try and keep the money low on the LG side as well.
That's exactly what they have in mind, but Guardian, he gets dropped down to 7 HP immediately. Cold will have that smoke ready for short as well, and so NaVI, they're just going to have to cool their heels for a little bit longer here. Similar setup to what they had going in the pistol, but this time they actually have 2 guys waiting in sewer to try and push up, and they're waiting to see if there's going to be any kind of movement towards connector either. NaVI right now, actually being patient with this pays off because they still have all of their utility. It's not like that, they've used their nades and now they're screwed, they're out of luck. No, they still have a chance here.
Well, there's a good pop flash to start it off with. Taco isolated on the left-hand wall here. Got to be careful that they don't just rush him down. He's got the auto sniper, which might be the near-perfect weapon if they're going to try and come through the monster tunnel here, which is exactly what they're doing. And he only gets the one trade, and that's not quite good enough. Cold Sierra going to get the kill, and the next one too. And now it's on Edward in a 1-on-4 here. Cold Sierra just shutting him out with a triple kill, which might have been expected, but I just do want to point out here, it's 11-0-0. It's no longer Cold Sierra, it's God Sierra that has shown up here, and we are moving into the 8th round.
This is, okay, so this is a really important buy for NaVI. If they don't win this round, then you have to have the time. The timeout has to come out. Actually, they just took it just now.
Yeah, there we are. Perfect timing.
Yeah,
7-0 is actually, it's about there that teams, they have like a fail-safe basically kicks in. They're like, if we haven't won a round by the 8th round, timeout and try and talk it over and figure out what the hell is not working because we need to get something going for ourselves. If Luminosity get past this point uncontested, it's almost no coming back for NaVI.
It's this early pressure from LG, taking control of bathroom stairs. NaVI hasn't been able to force it back. And actually what's crazy about it is that Fur's going down these stairs basically all alone. And he's been able to single-handedly stop NaVI from having any success there. And if you can't control those stairs, it just makes it that much harder to make progress on those bathrooms.
So, I mean, you're the one in charge. You're making a call. Just throw yourselves into NaVI's sort of frame of mind here, Moses. CPL 2003. I think you finished 7th place back then, didn't you? What's it like? How hard is it to come up with something here?
Well, I mean, it's NaVI. We've talked about Starx, how effective he is as a coach, and this is obviously one of their stronger maps, so they have to have a plan for what they're going up against right now. I put Guardian down there at the start, and I say if Fur's going to try and get aggressive, we want Guardian there, we want our star with the AWP, grab that angle. I also put a second player, an AK-47, and those two need to work together. Use as much utility as you can to clear out and make sure you control stairs, because from there you have another angle to work towards, the middle portion of the map towards that A bomb site. You at least have 2 avenues to kind of pitch toward and clear things out.
Now, we do have about 20 seconds as we are getting back into the game here. If you're just joining us, it is the 8th round that we're going into after a tactical timeout from NaVI to figure out how to stop this incredible run that Luminosity have been on. I'm noticing one more thing here as the clock runs down. We've lost the NaVI cheer here at the Nationwide Arena in Columbus. I mean, I think they need the audience on their side right now, for sure.
Yeah, they need that 6th man. There is no home team here, actually. They're just fascinating for the major final here. No real edge, but lots of NaVI fans. And there we go. We got the NaVI jerseys. We got the signs. There we go. Represent.
You have an Astralis fan you can hang out with later. Talk about the heartbreak.
I can't even. I had so many good tweets, but I saved all of them because it was heartbreaking. I couldn't do it. 7-0, and the crowd has really been silenced here. Luminosity, I think, are convincing everyone that they're able to do this. There's still a little bit of life left in them, but this is the big round. It has to be the big round here. Zeus is down in connector. The bomb is far back. Guardian is over by the monster tunnel, and a little bit of a different setup for Luminosity. Not as aggressive, except, well, it is in sewer, but not in connector.
And this is going back to basics for NaVI. Now they go back into their default kind of setup. Zeus over in connector. He's going to go toe-to-toe with Fur, see if he can't challenge him here. But then the rest of NaVI just spread out. And this is what NaVI are known for, taking their time, slowly, methodically taking over portions of the map before they decide what they want to execute on. But what a shot. Fur finally runs into Zeus as well. Big spray, and Edward is actually going to get the backstab on Fur. Nobody there to back up Fur in mid.
Yeah, there was no one to block anyone from flanking him. Now Cold has to win this fight, and he is. Seized falls.
When you get hit like that by guard, you couldn't see anyone. There's a smoke up. You've got to be thinking, surely That can't be real. This is my time to shine. Edward with a fantastic boost. Gets the one, goes for the spray. FNX very low on health, but so is Guardian, and he's coming in to help out here. One AK bullet is going to be enough to take care of him. They've got to be very careful here. Smoke goes off for FNX, and Guardian, going to be hard for him to find the shot. So now a shot. FNX going to be going down anyway. What timing?
Now it's all on Fallen. He's the one who's up on position here on Optimus. And they're going to be coming around that angle, safe from the flash, and there's no utility left apart from the smoke. Zeus had to hit that headshot for NaVI to have a chance, and he gets the job done. Default plant coming out for Guardian, and now the Triangle of Doom is going to be set up here for NaVI. They're going to be in position to hold off the rotation. Is coldzera's streak going to come to an end? That's what we're about to find out in the 1v3. But if anybody could be capable of pulling this off, it would be Cold.
Shouldn't obviously be possible at this point in time, but using that Molotov, not killing anyone with it. We're going to go for the quick shoulder peek and gets tagged, so his odds are even worse now. I'm pretty sure NaVI have finally found a round here in the second map, and he's going to take the AWP and run away, which is still just sort of optimizing the output or the outcome of this round, which is pretty cool. And he will have made it, I think, far enough away for the bomb to not take it with him. So, let's see.
Two things really help NaVI, and one has been a pretty consistent factor in the CT half for Luminosity. That auto sniper on Taco has not been effective so far in this match. He's actually dropped a couple times with, I mean, he's done some damage, not gotten really too many kills with it, but it's actually been a liability more often than not. Very stationary with it. The other thing is Fur that time goes downstairs like he's been doing for so long all alone, but no one else from Luminosity was aggressive out towards that portion of the map. So NaVI basically had a free flank down those stairs. Zeus just had to play that very passively and allow his teammates to clear it out. So there's that map control. Once it's gained, the Terrasides can do so much to manipulate the map.
I think we're overlooking the important thing, though, is that Cold was just trying to maintain his kill-death ratio.
Yeah, of course.
12-0, still.
Just making sure he doesn't die. Look at this peek from Edward, just trying to see if anyone's on the other side of that playground wall. Luminosity going back to a very similar setup to the one they were running earlier with Fur hiding in that corner, and we'll see if it is going to be working out. NaVI, they've really not had much success trying to fight this early on. It seems like every time Luminosity come up with better trades. They also don't seem to be very welcome on the other side of the map. I mean, they've hardly left T-spawn at this point.
Fur, he's again pushed up close to connector. Fallen is there to take the shoulder peek, trying to bait them out. We'll see if NaVI actually go for this. Instead, they just get the information. Now they know where Fallen's playing from. They've located the AWP. It's not over on the B side like it was in the last round. And so they can play off of this, NaVI. And knowing that it's in mid, they're going to actually go ahead and take a crack at long, see if they can't catch the man out. There's the pop flash going in. FNX, no hope at all. And just a little bit delayed there on Edward. Moment's hesitation, but he still wins the duel.
Fur going to be winning the fight against Zeus, so that sort of brings it back a little bit here. I think NaVI, as soon as they had Fallen's AWP, they probably guessed what the setup was. Now they got to be careful that Cease doesn't get shot in the back. He's got a bit of an idea that something could be up Edward, and they're setting up for actually all of them setting up for smokes into the bomb site here. But Fur, he could really kill this round. Seized is aware that something might be up, and that's a really heads-up play coming out for him. Taco's on the bomb side as well. 20 seconds here for them to try and win this round.
And Seized just communicated exactly. He picks off Fur, Flamey, put the entry on a Taco. Fallen trying to do the best that he can, and he will find the shot onto Edward. But he still knows that Seized is hanging around here in the back line. A lot of this is going to come down to Cold with 9 seconds left. NaVI, they still haven't got that bomb plant down. They need to get in there and actually initiate the plant, and just in time they will manage it. But in the meantime, the kill comes through for Fallen. Flamey catches out Cold, and it's all over the place. Tit for tat, everybody low on HP. Fallen still sticking to the op. But NaVI, they need to make the mistake now. They need to get impatient and actually go for the peak. Guardian's already got the angle, but he comes off of it just as Fallen comes around the corner. And now, well, Fallen, he decides it's too much. Without Cold to set up the flank, he's going to back off and hold on to the AWP, and he might be thinking about the money right now because they are fairly low, Luminosity.
Cold dinks Guardian when he peeks up from those stairs in CT spawn. If he had hit Flamey, he dinked one of them, and the other one, the planner, had the bomb, he was very low on HP. I mean, if he just shoots for the other member, they stop that plant and the round's over. And this is something NaVI's known for when they run down this clock. How often do we see them just flat out run out of time, shoot themselves in the foot? So it almost comes into play there again.
Well, in other news, they've managed to finally kill coldzera. So, I mean, he's got 12-0-1 here going into the 10th round. So that's also got to feel at least a little bit good if you're on the NaVI team. We see this again and again, Moses, right? We get the tactical timeout from one of these top teams, and then they go into sort of a winning streak. How does that work out?
It's just their ability to talk things over, to figure out what's going wrong. A lot of times, I mean, we've heard teams talk about it as well. It's just calming down, not necessarily changing anything. I mean, a lot of it for this, at least, the round immediately after the timeout, that's the first time they're able to handle Fur without taking damage from him, without taking any losses from his kind of play. So that was the crucial element, is just sustaining in the early rounds, not losing any players. Fallen, though, he's in a very committed position, and he finds the angle.
This is so ballsy. He's alone out here, too. And he actually goes charging in there. Guardian will find the angle on him eventually. But Fallen, that was like a one-and-done position because FNX wasn't anywhere near him to support him to actually allow him to get out of that situation, out of that position.
I hope we can see that shot from Guardian's angle because he was actually very close to the wall then. That has to have been a bit of a lineup shot. So 4 versus 4, still over a minute left with 2 people in B and 2 people in A here. And it's one of those few maps, actually, I think, where you can be allowed to do this. If this was, you know, almost any other map, Inferno, I would say, well, if you stack this way in a 4-on-4, you could definitely be in a bad position. Cold Series kind of trying to get some information, but he's also the only one from Luminosity who might know what's happening here.
He also has a CZ, so he's being the one to take the initial fight, but it's going to be all on Fur.
And it seems like, well, there's a shot, and Fur, he beats Guardian in the duel. Smoke goes down, but it's going to be too slow. The flash, however, works. The Flamey, he gets stopped cold. Zeus will actually take out Fur, but FNX still alive on the side, hits the first shot, goes for the spray, looking for Seized, but he's not going to get him. It's still Seized in a 1v2, but the rotators are here now. Cold and Taco on point, in position, and the flash is going out, so life, it's going to get difficult here for Seized.
This would be almost impossible. I mean, they're going to have to make a pretty big mistake here. He's got almost no health either. AK in hand, he's got the lineup for the bomb here. They don't have a kit currently picked up, so might be able to buy just a little bit of time. He's going to go for the quick peek here. They're both around there, and if they time this well, he's got no chance. He looks for the first one. There's the headshot. Sees with the W. He needs just one more click of the headshot here. Taco running for him, and he actually gets the shoulder shot in. Picks up a defuse kit on the back way there, and there's going to be enough time for it. Very close. But that's going to bring Luminosity at 8 rounds.
Fur, that hold of the bomb site, just holding very strong. That's an angle you expect Guardian to get that kill. Such a scary situation. But Fur getting those opening 2 kills in FNX, I mean, that split of 2 and 2 works, partially because we've talked about the rotations between bomb sites are so quick for the counter-terrorists. You can get people back there in time once the action comes in. But look at Cold and Fur. I mean, this is the thing. That's that dangerous duo of Luminosity. Every top team has those 2 players where if they're both going off, it's going to be so hard to defeat them. And right now, that's Cold and Fur, and NaVI is looking at a really difficult round here. If they lose this, they're out of money. It's same for Luminosity, though. Both teams losing this round, economy's shattered.
There's a lot of momentum on the line here, no doubt about it. And Fallen, once again, with the aggressive hopping, he's going to pick off Edward. Flamey holding close to long, might be able to catch out Fur, however, who is still holding so aggressively. And Fur, he's playing with fire. He's dancing around on the edge, and he's counting on Fallen, basically, to be picking up the kill with that AWP, to watch his back.
And I like this play from Luminosity, just going back and playing defensively after getting the entry.
Well, this is the thing. They get that opening kill, so they have the man advantage. Now Fallen can find a new angle with the AWP, and they have plenty of defense set up to support him.
It's actually Fur and FNX are going to be pushing around mid. It seems like they want to try and get some information on restrooms just to see where NaVI are going. I mean, NaVI, since the timeout, have really shown a lot of attention, well, a lot of intent to go towards the A site. They haven't really shown too much over towards the B site. So Luminosity seem to still be hanging around, and that is sick. Good work, Observer. Heads over to Fallen just in time to catch him doming Guardian.
And now you've got to try and bring it back in a round where you have a Molotov, a flashbang, 3 members alive, and Luminosity. They seem to be playing on a very high level at the moment. They might actually be peaking in the tournament here at the Grand Finals. That'd be quite some timing. Su's going to try and get in here and get the first kill, but he can't. Taco will be able to take him out. Seized, and just the only one left. They finally find Taco, but it's just not enough, and some good shots on the map coming through. Seized going to be going down. It's a triple kill. Taco being given a little bit here in this match. 9-2 the scoreline.
What a play from Cold as well, just jump spotting over that, so he's got all the intel. This shot was just sick.
And this is, I mean, this is all on Fallen playing against Guardian, I think. Because Guardian loves to get up on that position, gets up on the flower bed there. He does it so often. So Fallen may be just like, all right, Guardian, I'm just going to hold a spot that you like, see what happens. You're there, I might hit the shot.
For a guy who's considered the best operator in the world, Fallen is really punishing him this game. Being much more impactful with his own AWP, even if it's not a duel against Guardian himself. He's just able to whittle down his opponents, and now again, aggressive positioning. It's against Pistol, so he's got to be very cautious.
Fur is going to have a field day with that MP9, though. Fallen will be able to fall back. Is there anybody there to support? Yes, Fur rotates up the stairs through connector, and he wants to go and pressure Guardian. He's getting a bit ahead of himself, though. Luckily for him, Guardian is alone. The rest of NaVI trying to push around on the rest of the map. They do get control of sewers, and now connector is lost. So now it comes down to whether Fur gets the read on this. He needs to realize that he needs to back off. Exactly. There we go. Starts to sense that maybe it's getting a little dangerous to hang around in mid.
Some mad spray coming out with the MP9, long range. Not really how it's supposed to be used, but the fact that they don't have armor means it's still a very good purchase here. First seems to be all about the money at this point in time here, and he's been very good at that on the first map as well. Gonna pick up a quick kill, making it a double. FNX stealing one, and Fallen seems to not be able to miss any shots at this point in time. Triple kill in total. Put Fur at about 5,500, so definitely not too bad here. 10-2 is the current scoreline, 8-round lead for Luminosity. Moses, give us a brief overview of sort of how bad things are for NaVI right now on this map.
Oh, they're very bad. This is, especially considering, you know, second map at this grand finals, but it's once again in that situation we saw it on Mirage, where NaVI have to start putting rounds on the board. They need rounds more than they can afford to save. So you see this buy. They have the AK-47s, but they don't have many flashbangs. They only have 2 to use, 1 Molotov. They have all 5 smokes, but I mean, there's a lot of utility they're missing to punish this kind of aggression.
And they've decided to go back towards B now, NaVI. Straight into Sewers, Edward carrying the bomb. 3 players there as well, hoping to catch Cold off guard. Cold has been holding aggressive in Sewers, so perhaps NaVI hoping to get lucky there. It just doesn't pan out, though.
Well, how are Luminosity coming out with this call, though? They got 4 people stacked in this bomb site for the first time in 12, 13 rounds, the only one they've done it in, and it just coincides with NaVI stacking up outside. So if they push here, NaVI have got to end up feeling absolutely out-called.
It's outplayed, just outthought. That's where Fallen is just on point. Not this time.
And that's where it's like NaVI's already used their timeout. They don't have any time to talk this over and find any kind of adjustment. Now look at the nades they have. They used everything except for the smokes to gain control over towards the P bomb site, and now they just fall away.
This is where existence is like, just eco and sit and spawn. Go for the old school timeout. Which is what teams used to do when they needed when they needed time to talk things over. Existence started it off, but Fallen going to miss the shot. Finally, NaVI deciding to make their play. 40 seconds left in this round. And the bomb is still waiting outside of B, so they make some noise in mid. They try and keep Luminosity honest on that A site, not overly rotating, but Luminosity, they're already in position. So NaVI's efforts up in mid aren't going to be useful, and perfect timing for the flash to come in, and the first kill goes Fur's way.
Cole going to be going down. That's at least a nice return from Seized. And Flamey coming up with a shot on Taco as well. Going to be a bit of a pop flash into the monster tunnel. And this might be the important kill right here. Fur pushing, Guardian dropping the bomb at 15 seconds now. Fallen's in position, and he picks up one. Now it's a one-on-one, but Seized, he can't even run. He has to fight here. 10 seconds left, Fallen. He misses the first one. Still another 8 seconds left, Fallen. Pushing around, he gets a shot, and it's going to be the double kill. Luminosity. Look at that crowd.
That's the Luminosity cheering section right there.
Fallen gets the 2 kills that win that round, but that play by Fur to continue pushing through Monster to drop the bomb, that's huge. Instead of falling back and trying to turn.
Now the champ is there. Wow, though, man. Fallen, it's like every map, he has to come up with one huge play that makes all the difference for his team. 11-2, and NaVI's economy is shattered. They're on a forced buy with Tech-9s now. It's just a last-ditch effort. Anything you can do to try and stop the inevitable, it feels like. FNX will trade. Well, 1-for-1 trade as NaVI bring it back on Fur. He tried to use that one-way smoke again, and he gets punished. This time, NaVI are like, nope, not happening, bro.
But still, they only have 4 members. Again, low in utility, 2 Tech-9s in play. There's still a long way to go for them in this round, and they need these last 2 rounds.
Fallen's got the angle for it, and he's gonna, well, actually, gonna be FNS to get that shot now. Fallen with the follow-up on Edward, and NaVI. We saw how comebacks were possible from 11-4. Well, they're gonna have to do even better, it seems, here in the second map. Guardian trying to check that corner with the Tech-9 close range, but Fallen picking up yet one more shot, and it's gonna be Guardian all alone here, just trying to see if he could find a way out. That also takes a round with him for NaVI. It doesn't seem like it's going to be possible. He goes for the quick peek there. Takes down FNX. That is a start. They see him pick up the rifle as well, and he goes down to Taco. 12-2, ladies and gentlemen. That's what Luminosity have brought here to the second map.
This is an incredible start from Luminosity. You asked the question as well, right before this map even began. Are these teams going to switch up the pace? Are they going to get aggressive? Are they going to be able to do that? And Luminosity, that's what they built this lead off of, is that early aggression. NaVI hasn't been able to handle it at all in this half.
And Guardian doesn't go for the glass cannon AWP. He had the money for it, but he goes for AK. I'm not sure if I want to look too deeply into that, but Guardian, I mean, it's integral to NaVI. You know, get him on that op. He has an impact with it. Instead, it's NaVI just charging out to top mid, and once again, Luminosity, no fear at all from them. The flash, totally effective. Actually, Fallen gets the shot onto Flaming, even spots the man. Good night, Zeus! And it's just going to be Luminosity. Boom! Marching on in the last round of this first half.
I can't handle that. It's going to be Edward, Guardian, and Seized left. Fallen. What an absolute madman here in the finals. It's not just him, but these last couple of AWP rounds for him. Now we just have no answer for it. They're even ready. They're all charged up on that side of the map. You'd think they could run him down, get the trade, get something back, but the whole push comes out, and it just doesn't happen. It's Fallen with a third kill now going into Taco taking the fight with Seized. He's going to get the fight, and this is the last of the half. It's a quad kill. The godfather of Brazilian Counter-Strike. We said it again and again. He ends up top fragging at 19-3-3. What an absolutely grotesque kill-death ratio for $1 million tournament.
Those plays are so sick. NaVI has been defeated in this first half, and you can start to see it in their play. Maybe it's a little bit about Guardian not going for that glass cannon off, but their players, no confidence in the fights they're taking.
Just crushed. NaVI have got to be feeling completely and utterly destroyed at this point. Nothing going their way in that first half. I mean, Fallen as well. He was sitting on single digits for most of that first half. It was towards the end of it where he's just like, actually, no, not this time. We were denied a DreamHack winner. We're not going to be denied here. This is the major as well.
Not at Katowice just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
In heartbreaking fashion as well. This time
they're here to get work done. NaVI, though, what can they possibly come up with here in the second half to stop this freight train that is just bearing down on them?
Well, so come on, this is NaVI. They've had probably, I think, one of the best tournaments they've ever had here. Going into it, we are in America as well. Moses, if you had to get sort of an any given Sunday type speech here, how would you start that off? It's not so bad, guys. It's better than it looks.
We've got them right where we want them, boys.
We've done this before. I've seen you do this before. That's a classic counter.
That's a classic one. That's a classic one. We've done this before, boys.
It's what every massive comeback that's occurred in a game of Counter-Strike from this kind of level, it's all about, you know, not focusing on the big picture. You focus on the small ones, the rounds. You win the rounds by rounds. You don't look at the scoreboard. You don't hit tab and say we're 10 rounds behind. You just focus on winning every single round as an individual. But it's still going to be, I mean, we've seen the tricks that Luminosity's pulled out. The early aggression has worked so well for them. The B stack, I mean, they have such good reads of NaVI right now. The pop flashes, everything that they've done just shows that they've put the research, they put the time in, and they know exactly how to read NaVI.
It's just incredible the level that Fallen seems to hit with that AWP, in-game leading as well. I mean,
this is the thing, though. As an in-game leader, because there is always discussion about your in-game leader and how he frags and everything like that, and the salt shaker.
What a god.
It all comes down, if you have the right practice and preparation, if you have the experience together, your in-game leader, I mean, you get to a point where you know what he's going to call, you know what's coming next. The in-game leader knows what his teammates are doing, so he can focus more on the fragging roles.
We brought this up back when Fnatic were winning absolutely everything. Not that that era is necessarily over, but you know, we called it the Fnatic hive mind. Are we seeing the Luminosity hive mind here, where communication isn't even important anymore because you just know? You could well be right here. It's the 16th round coming up, second map in the grand finals. And we're gonna have to see if NaVI can make what has to be one of the sickest comebacks of all time if this works out, on a map that's very, very difficult to win when you're this far behind.
This is a sick read. Edward, he's gone for the big play. He's pushed all the way into T-spawn off a B site, and this has prompted the rotation coming in here from NaVI. Getting into position on that A site. They know that Luminosity are coming. Now it all comes down to keeping their cool and hitting the shots as Luminosity gets control of restrooms.
Can Seized hear this?
That's what I'm wondering is, you know, he's not close enough now. So he's trying to actually push in here and see if he can't get a backstab flank coming in. I mean, he knows that they moved off. And so now it's all about the timing here. Edward, he's spotted. He's been spotted by Taco. Luminosity have to know now that the game is up. Oh, sit down, Seized.
Wow. That was, for all intents and purposes, that was a drive-by, essentially, just shutting Seized out of the round Flamey trying to fall back as well, but Luminosity, the Glock train has arrived to the A-bomb side. They got to win this round. NaVI, but FNX and Fur picking up a couple of kills. It's now down to Zeus and Edward in a 2-on-4, and Edward finally manages to isolate FNX, but how could they possibly defuse this bomb? They don't even have a kit or any grenades picked up right now. Zeus, just too many bullets coming his way. Edward gets the 1 kill. He has to find another one for the quad. Taco around the corner. Edward making the jump, looks the wrong way. He turns around for it, but Taco, he's going to do it for the double, and NaVI, they lose the round. Luminosity, 14-2.
All that talk about Taco. This is the level he's hit. First, it's this incredible, boom, flashy drive-by, and then it's the composure. And you can see he outplays right at that end of that one-on-one. He just goes to the other side, the side that's closest to the bomb. It's the last place you'd expect him to. You'd think he's going to go farther away, get to the other side, go to, you know, technically the terrorist side of the map.
That's what Edward's thinking for sure. He just ran right into it. Taco clotheslines him, and this is it. It's within Luminosity's grasp now. 1 round away from match point and tournament point, and their first major. What an incredible ride this has been, but it's not done yet. You can always come back and see us. It's the beauty of the game. And NaVI, they're one of the best in the world. Guardian trying to do the best that he can here with the Deagle, but he will fall. Fur and FNX, 2 big kills to put them way in the lead here in this round.
You can see kind of the thought process of NaVI in that pistol round and this one. They know they have to make plays. Those very fast, aggressive flanks in the pistol round didn't pan out for them. Here, Guardian and Zeus trying to get a little bit aggressive, seeing if they can isolate one of these Luminosity players to give them some kind of an advantage. But it's been beaten back.
Oh, Flamey refuses to give up. He nearly takes out Fallen as well. Sees, though, doing big damage. Gets 2 kills. He brings it back to a 2-on-2, and Edward's on the flank.
He's got the Max 7 behind here. Fur going to be going down. Cold Sierra alone, Mac 10 in hand, looking for the shot here. Edward's still alive somehow, but he's going to go down. 40 seconds left. Seized. He's on the bomb side, but he's only has 2 health left. This is a really uncomfortable 1v1 for Seized. Any mistake made, and he is out of it. And Cold Sierra, he's feeling so confident. He checks a couple of corners here and there, but mainly just runs in to put that bomb down. I don't know how Seized could possibly maintain his composure in this the round that's going to decide the grand finals, it seems.
This all comes down to patience, but yeah, Seized. There's just so little HP and no utility, no flashes, no nades, no smoke. And so this is an impossible situation, and Cold will lock it down. 13 tournament points now for Luminosity. 13.
Wow.
What complete and utter dominance coming out from them. Unreal.
They've certainly won this crowd over with this kind of play.
Clearly.
You mentioned it earlier, the NaVI chants have just died down. They started out hot on Mirage, but since then it's been all Luminosity.
Well, the history of this team is absolutely mad, isn't it? Fallen, already a legend in 1.6, builds a team from scratch, and then within a very, very short amount of time plays their way into this kind of position. Seized is going to be going down as well. Fur with the follow-up kill, he goes down. Edward takes 2, looking for a third, but he can't reload in time. He's not going to get the kill. Fallen will be going down, and now it is a 1-on-2. Taco looking to see if he can close it out here and win it for the Brazilians. It's going to be a big turnaround there, hits the headshot on Zeus, and now it's a 1-on-1. Guardian versus Taco. It may just be destined to be, and it's Luminosity winning their first major championship.
It's a good thing those desks are sturdy.